Hello, today I'm going to show you how to do screen frame animation in Photoshop. My name is Scott Flathouse. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's get started. For this video, I'm using a series of photos I took of Sika Henry at the Chevron Houston Marathon this year. I had met up with Sika the day before to do some photos, and I was excited to see her during the race. This was at about mile 21, 22, I think, of the marathon. And I took a long series of photos of Sika. Normally I don't take this many photos of an individual runner, but I was excited to see her, and we had a great backdrop, these tunnels in the background, and the sun was out and right behind me, and I got a really cool series. Here she sees me. I'm wearing kind of a goofy hat, and so she's forcing a smile. She's in pain here. This is close to the end of the marathon, and everybody's suffering. But you can see as I scroll through here, this might make a pretty cool little movie clip. All right, so to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all the frames that we want to be included in the clip. So I'm going to start here at the end and go back. Where does it start? Right about here. So I took 84 frames, and like I said, normally I don't take this many photos of an individual runner, but I was shooting with my Canon 1DX Mark II. I had the 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 lens on it, and so I just held the shutter down, and as she got closer, I zoomed back a little bit, and we'll be able to see that here in a minute once we get this all put together. All right, so to get these into Photoshop, I'm going to go up to Photo, Edit in, and Open as Layers in Photoshop. All right, so this is going to take a little bit of time, and depending on the size of the photos and the number of photos and your computer's processing speed, it may take longer than others, but this is a pretty heavy lift for this computer, and it will take a little while. You can see it's thinking about it. So I'm going to speed up the video just so you don't have to sit through here and watch this, and we'll rejoin you once it all gets loaded up as layers in Photoshop. All right, it looks like we've got all the frames loaded up in the layer stack. And now we're going to create the frame animation. And the way that we do that is we're going to work in this timeline panel down here. Now normally this timeline panel isn't shown. The way to make it appear is to go down here to Window and then select Timeline. So Window Timeline. All right. And it's got a couple different options. You can create frame animation or a video timeline. But we're going to do frame animation. And so we're going to take the top layer and click on the Create Frame Animation. And my computer's still mad at me because I loaded up all these layers. So it's having to think about it for some reason. Usually this goes really quick. There it goes. All right, and then we're going to click on the three little lines up here and make frames from layers. So what that's going to do is drag in all the layers in the layer stack. There's 84 layers. And when it does this, it does it in reverse order. So we gotta reverse the order. No worries, that's super easy to do. So I'm just gonna click Shift and highlight all of the frames. And then click reverse frames. Okay. So that puts all the frames in the correct order. And while you have all the frames highlighted, which I clicked out of, but now I've got them all highlighted again, you can pick one of the frames and adjust the duration of the frame. And I know I was shooting it with my Canon 1DX Mark II. I know it shoots 10 frames per second. So if I wanted this to go in real time, I'd select 0.1 seconds. All right, so now we have it set up and we can see what it looks like. So we click the play button down here. And again, depending on your computer's processing speed, it may or may not actually go in real time. And it looks like this may be going a little bit slower than real time. And you can play with this delay some and either speed it up or slow it down. So if we wanted to speed it up, I can go 0.05 seconds. So this would be like 2x speed. Let's play with it a little more. Let's go maybe not quite that fast. So you can kind of make it look like, you know, those old movies where they show the people walking down the street and they're kind of scooting along. All right, I kind of like that. So this is a little bit sped up. Some of the options you can pick. So this, I've got it picked here forever. So this will loop if you're creating a GIF or a GIF. Still don't know how to pronounce that right, but you can select forever, so just keep looping forever, or you can have it loop once and stop. We're going to create an MP4 so I can attach this to the video at the end and show you what it looks like. All right, so now we have our frame animation. I'm going to stop it, and then to export, you'll just go down here to File, Export, and down here to Render Video. It opens up this video panel. It gives you some options. We'll just pick HDTV 1080p. And then you just want to make sure the document frame rate is faster than the delay that you've picked. So 30 frames per second is plenty fast. And this is going to save it to my desktop. So click here, render. And this will take a few seconds to render. Again, it will take longer or shorter depending on your computer processing speed and the size of the photos and the number of photos. All right, well, I will attach the video and you can see the result next. Thanks for joining me. If you have any comments, questions, please let me know. Also, I would appreciate if you could like or subscribe. That would really help me in developing more content for you guys. Thanks.